Let me tell you, it's a milestone trifecta. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 closed at all-time highs again today as the Nasdaq closed above the 4,000 level for the first time in 13 years. So as all three indexes cruise along through Thanksgiving, what can we expect next? Joining us now, Peter Schiff, the CEO of Euro Pacific Capital and author of the book, How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes. All right, mister, I got to tell you, look at these numbers. Peter, Dow Jones, 44th record this year today. S&P 500, 38th record for the year today. NASDAQ, highest in 13 years. Are you going to fight this tape?
Yeah, it's deja vu all over again. You know, Alan Greenspan actually came out today and proclaimed that there was no bubble in the stock market. And he ought to know, right, because he's 0 for 2 when it comes to spotting bubbles. You know, I think it's 3 strikes and he's out, because not only is there a bubble in the stock market, but the Fed has managed to inflate bubbles in the stock market, the bond market, and the real estate market simultaneously. And, you know, that's a lot of bubbles for the Fed to juggle.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but how about those jobs numbers? They seem to be improving. I mean, look, there is some consumer confidence higher. We're starting to see some improvement in this economy. Is it enough to keep the stock market going?
I don't see any improvement. I think if you really look at the numbers, you see the economy is deteriorating. Yes, the stock market's going up, the real estate market has gone up, but that's because of bad monetary policy, not a good economy. And yes, some people feel better because they think they're richer, but they're not. Meanwhile, the vast majority of Americans who don't own stocks and can't afford to buy houses, all they have is higher food costs, higher electrical bills, and they can't get a decent job.
Well, Peter, we love having you on because you're always so upbeat. let me ask you this, because I really think that this is a big issue. QE forever has, as you say, I believe, inflated the economy. What is going on? When does this stop? How does it unravel? What happens once the Fed backs off of this policy?
Well, the Fed's not going to back off. The market is going to push it off. The Fed is going to do this until it can't do it anymore. Because if it stops, then we have a complete financial collapse, worse than 2008. So they can't stop. They're like a drug addict. They're going to need more and more of it. That's why Janet Yellen is going to increase QE, not taper it. But eventually the market is going to rain on this parade. The dollar is eventually going to get hit hard because people are going to figure out that it's QE infinity, that there's no taper, there's no exit strategy.
Does the stock market crash? Do interest rates go through the ceiling? What will I feel as a consumer?
Yes, when the Fed is ultimately forced to raise interest rates, yes, we'll have a big drop in the stock market, a big drop in the real estate market. We'll be back in a severe recession, and it's going to be tough. You know, prices are also going to go up for consumer goods, so it's going to hurt consumers because a weak dollar is going to mean consumer goods are more expensive. But ultimately, if the Fed has to protect the weak dollar with rate hikes, then your assets go down in value, but the price of everything you need to buy goes up.
So, higher prices, lower stock market, not a pretty scenario. Peter, thanks for coming on. It's always interesting to hear your point of view, and I got to tell you, a lot of people seeing everything through rose-colored glasses right now. Yeah, you got to be aware of what could happen. That's for darn sure.
I don't own those glasses.
No, I don't think you've ever seen those glasses, my friend.
Yeah. But in the meantime, look, the stock market can keep going up, but, you know, it's going to end badly. That's the problem.
No,
now,
I hear you.
You know, maybe people can get out in time, but, you know, the real danger is going to be the people who are holding the dollar. That could be even riskier than stocks. That's the problem.
All right, the hits just keep coming. Peter, thanks for coming on this show. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Hey, you too.